And now, live from the iAcquire offices in New York City, it's Lunch Break with Michael King.
Today we have one of my good friends, John Doherty from Distilled. What's the number one mistake sites make when penalized by Google?
I guess I would tell people don't just go and start removing links, or don't go and flip your domain from exact match domain to something else. Like, actually go and dig into the data and look and say, like, all right, in my vertical, are there other exact match domains still ranking? Okay, why? Mm-hmm. Dig into their links, dig into their on-page content, dig into their site structure. The biggest thing I look at is their anchor text.
Today we have the fantastic, amazing, and marvelous Evan Fishkin, Associate Director of Search at Digitas and overall SEO guy.
SEO at an agency is going to go one of two ways. It's going to continue to be an isolated discipline, or it's going to become a knowledge base for good marketers. Marketing is moving away from kind of the, if you will, the snake oil salesman aspects. Every generation, they move away from those less measurable pieces, and they move towards the stuff that can be most measured, that can be most accountable. And SEO is part of a better discipline for all marketers. Understanding that the internet has a significant impact on any business right now is just common sense. Looking at how that impact occurs, looking at the various ways that you can change the paths of consumers, you can change the minds of consumers. That's what SEO is it's just understanding that this is where somebody starts and this is where somebody ends, and I have to impact everything in between.
Today we are joined by the fantastic, awesome, and amazing Marshall Simmons from Define Media Group.
We were talking about this before. With SEO, you have to have levity first and then SEO second, if you don't keep your perspective about what's going on in this industry. Google moving the goalposts is, okay, everybody can scream about it, you can be pissed about it, but guess what? That's job security, because the client's going to come back to you and say, what do we do now? And they're just going to move the goalposts here, and they're going to offer you schema. They're going to offer you rel author. And yeah, rel author is hard to implement for some clients. But guess what? It gives you something to do, and it gives you new opportunities. And Google's been doing this, and they're going to keep doing it.
Corey Eulas here from ZocDoc. How are you, Corey?
Good, Mike. What's going on, man? How are you?
Chilling, hanging out. What do you think about Eric Schmidt coming out in his new book and saying that author rank is gonna basically supplant page rank?
Yeah. So, I think it's something that we need to pay attention to, and it's definitely sort of transforming our industry, taking away link building as we know it to define authority, right? And setting up this agent rank. But we've been reading about it since the patent came out, and SEO by the Sea came out with the article in 2008 or 7, and basically said that this digital signature that you're assigning to a person is going to be the new page rank, and you're going to pass your authority on to another person. So what I think we're going to start seeing is remember this old bad neighborhood thing when we were doing link building? Yeah. I think people are going to be more cognizant of this guest blogging. Absolutely. Because of the sort of bad neighborhoods that you potentially could be hanging around.
Clayburn Griffin from GroupM Search, he's an organic search director. What's your viral marketing checklist? I know you can't really replicate that type of success easily with a checklist, but if you had to come up with one that what are the points that a brand needs to consider and be on top of?
So it's impossible to guarantee that kind of success, and I think that's what brands that attempt this need to understand, because they're going to go to it thinking, it's going to be the next Old Spice guy, and it's not. 90% of the time, it's not. Probably more than that. But I think if you want to succeed, the key is really honesty, and I think that's why Old Spice succeeded. Was that you need to, not care so much about your getting your lawyers in here and your marketing guys in here to make sure you're on the right brand message and everything like that. Just be honest. Talk to your consumers. You know who your consumers are. You should have a pretty good understanding of your product and your industry, and just talk to them in a fun way, in an engaging way. That's the key. If you're trying to sell them something, they're going to push back. They don't want that.
And we will see you guys next week on Lunch Break.